Alright guys, we're gonna try out the new Vevor wood stove, Vevor, whatever they call it. I guess it's the new and approved one. The old one, I guess, they had them pipes that kind of slid in within each other, you know, and you kind of like slid them all out and then put them tighteners, fasteners on them. Well, this one still comes with the fasteners, but they're separate pipes, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of snow here in Ohio, so it is hectic getting through these woods. It's about 6 degrees. It's pretty cold. But the sun's out, so it's not too bad. Let's see. This might be a good area right here. Yeah, my hands are pretty damn cold, man. That guy gotta go, man. Dirt's frozen right on the blade. That's crazy. Well, I guess I forgot a pole. No worries. See how this guy works. Perfect size. Great. Well, it looks a little funky, but it's gonna have to do. So this is the Vevor wood stove, or Vevor. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that. I've heard different ways. But the old one, well, not the old one, but you know, the different version, had these pipes to where they fit inside of each other and you pulled them out, you know what I mean? And it kind of just got narrower at the top. But this doesn't have that. This is, they're totally separate pipes. You can't push them any farther into each other, which is awesome. I like that, because I'll be honest, I don't like them unravel pipes. If you ain't got a good pair of gloves, you'll slice the shit out of yourself, you know what I mean? And actually, I want that one to be my, yeah, well, no. But, see, it's just like that, as easy as that. I am on a pretty damn crazy angle here. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use all them pipes, you know what I mean? I'm paying for not wearing my snow bibs because I'm getting snow in my boots, man. Anyways, I hope this stove works good. You know, the only thing I don't like about it is it didn't come with a like a grate on the bottom, you know, so you can set your wood on. Oh, let's go this way. This will be what we'll use to get that fire going because it's so dry. That'll do. It sure is hard to get through here, man. These woods are quite thick. Oh, you know how hard it is to, I'm sure you can see the camera work. That's how hard it is to film and carry these sticks through these woods like this. That wasn't easy. So we got to fix this problem where I don't have a stove jack. I think I know how to do that. Maybe. We'll see. Make it a little bit shorter. All right, here we go. I think this is it. I wedged it in there. It's pretty tight. It's not going nowhere. Whew, tough little stick. Or maybe I'm just a pussy. Now in these smaller tents, I'll probably never use these two pipes, you know what I mean? Just no need for it to be way, way, way up there. Unless you're burning crappy wood, and wet wood, and shit like that. Now, I don't know exactly how this fire is going to burn without a grate at the bottom, you know what I mean? And I'm wondering, because these are perfect size, and you can't carry the stove with this anyways because they don't fold up. Should I just take these, and they're super heavy duty, really heavy duty, and put them inside of there? I don't know. Maybe they know what they're doing. We'll find out. I've never had a stove like that before. That is pretty solid in there. Now, the only thing about this stove people don't like is how short it is. I mean, look, it's practically on the ground. You know what I mean? And all you really got to do is they have these little aluminum camping tables on Amazon. And really, they just fold out. They probably stand maybe 10 inches. Perfect to put this on. You know what I mean? We're going to try and keep it simple for ourselves today, man. I just got this tea light right here. I'm going to try and light and hope this lighter lights. Uh-oh. Lighter's cold. There's always a way. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? That fire's going or what? It was kind of hard though to get started, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really come out here to make a camping video. That fits on there pretty good. And all I got is some sticks in there for now. See what happens when I close this dampener or whatever it's called. Oh yeah. Slowed down. Tell me if you can hear it. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like that. Yeah, this thing works pretty darn good. I won't lie about that. You're not supposed to burn bark, but I don't really give a shit. The stove's drawing like a king, queen, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. It feels pretty great in this hot tent right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is cast iron, so I might have to do something here. Sweet. Oh, I can't believe that water's not frozen. It's burning hot now, no smoke. Okay, one thing I gotta say, I am an idiot, even though I watched the videos about these wood stoves, and that's every wood stove to be honest with you, but I didn't do the first burn outside to burn off all that chemical or whatever the hell's on there, you know what I mean? What's going on here? Slow on backwards? Could you put them on anywhere? I don't know. Now, If you take that cook plate off of there and you actually have a pan over it, it is completely fine. Like I said, unless you are burning crappy wood, you know. Or if you're burning super dry wood, you chop it the right way. You don't leave logs in. You've seen how I did that, but they were dry though, you know what I mean? Completely dry all the way through. So I'm going to slow that down. So yes, if you take this cook plate off right here, you got a pan over it, and the wood is good, you will boil water within 5 minutes, no doubt. And I just dumped a full bottle of water in there. It only took 5 minutes. So I just received this wood stove last night sometime, I don't know. And I'm telling you now, only time will tell if it's gonna last, but as far as I'm concerned, it works great. I've never had a stove without the grate in the bottom, you know what I mean? I didn't really think it'd work. You'd think all the ash would just pile up and kind of prevent it from keeping the flame going, but I guess only time will tell with that as well. And if not, like I said, these right here are pretty much useless, but they're thick. So I'll take these, weld them together, pop them right in there, and this should be perfect. by the way, I got this stove for $71. And it's the improved version too. So I guess they were saying they were paying like $135 for it or something. And guess what? I don't know what happened, but I bought the last one for $71. Ooh, that thing was drawing, man. I never boiled water in a cast iron pan before. It worked pretty good. Close it up, see how warm it gets. Immediately got warm. Oh yeah. It's 6 degrees outside, but it's about 80 in here, man. I'd say if this stove does last, it'll be my favorite wood stove. Let's get you guys a slow-mo clip of that. Looks pretty damn cool. Cold for that shit. fire's got to be burning hot in there because there ain't no smoke. Ooh, I can hear it. And I left the door open. Ooh, it's nice in here. Oh. It's nice. So it only took about, honestly, a half hour to burn that chemical smell off of there. I got it going pretty hot. I believe this is as color changing as it'll get, you know. The glass is actually thicker than most of the stoves that I've gotten with glass on them, so that's a good thing. It took me about 10 minutes to get the fire started. Well, what everybody was complaining about is how short it is. I mean, look, it melted everything around it, which is awesome. That's actually a really good thing. But like I said earlier, all you want to do is just, you don't want to buy one of them fireproof mats. You know what I mean? Because look, yeah, it's flame retardant and stuff like that. But listen, when you put this on top of that, anything that's underneath that is going to also, you know what I mean? So if you actually were to put this stove in a, you know, a canvas tent or a bell tent, you know what I mean? With the thick floors in them, it'd melt right through that floor. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself, of course, a fireproof mat. Lay that down. Get yourself. It's $20. It's a $20 aluminum folding table, camping table, man. And they're like a pound. They're less than a pound, actually. They're super duper light. Put that table up. That table's only this tall. And you're going to want this thing at least this high off the ground, you know what I mean? At least a foot, foot and a half. And them tables are only 10 inches, I believe it's what it said. You just go get that thing, man. And it ain't nothing to carry around. Hell, I'm sure it's so small, it's probably the length of this. So you might be able to shove it in the bag. The stove bag, you know what I mean? It'll work though, I'm telling you. These guys know what they're doing. It's a good stove. Really is a good stove. It's about as thick as this place. The plate is about as thick as the stove. Just a little bit thicker, obviously, because it's a cooking plate. They say you can grill on this thing pretty much, man. It's a flat top. But yeah, I'm not going to be taking this thing apart. It came together, I'm going to leave it together. I'm going to shove the pipes in there. It comes with 7 pipes. I believe only 5 fit in there, and I just keep the other 2 out. It doesn't matter, because if I'm going to be using this in littler tents, I don't like big tents, you know what I mean? I like littler ones. I ain't never going to need them 2 extra pipes. But it's always good to have, though, that's for sure. So I'm going out of town tomorrow. I'm going to Pennsylvania. That's where I'll be working for about the next 3 to 4 weeks. And Mondays, we'll be heading out there, and I'll be staying there until Friday, coming home Friday night. I'm taking this with me tomorrow. And maybe one of these days after work, I'm going to go up in the hills in Pennsylvania and try and shoot a video. Just go out there, set the hot tent up, cook a nice meal, relax a little bit, get some good clips, you know what I mean? Yeah, this thing works really good. Yeah, I've been burning it for, like I said, about 3 hours and some odd minutes, and I only scooped out a tiny bit of ashes just because. So, and it breaks down well in there. I don't know the science on how this fire keeps burning with a pile of ashes at the bottom without no grate. But I mean, it's working. So, and you know, if anything, I'll just take a grill grate and cut that to size and throw it in there and just keep these, you know what I mean? I mean, they are useful. Ooh, they're hot in there now. Uh-oh. Ooh, ooh. But listen, if anything's ever too hot to get it off, don't force it because you will break it. So I'm going to wait until it cools down. Make sure they're on there, right? Yeah, don't ever force anything off. Like these pipes, you go and forcing them off, you're going to bend them up. You know, you don't want that. These pipes I'm probably going to keep as extras, but I'm going to get some thicker, a little bit gauge. The gauge will be thicker and they'll last longer. They'll be a little bit more heavier. So this whole setup right here is 11.5 pounds, I believe. That's totally doable, but you got to figure for $71, this stove collapses and it packs up to something like that. You know what I mean? That's with everything. Only thing you're not going to be able to do is shove these pipes together, you know? So you're going to have to figure that out. That's why I've decided to keep this stove all the way squared and intact and just shove 5 of the pipes inside of it and just keep 2 on the outside. It works well, you know? I'm a little upset that it didn't come with a fire poker. That sucks, but I mean, dude, if you can't manage to find a fire poker, you know, I wouldn't even cared if it came with this dampener right here, this fire dampener. Flue. What do they call it? The flue dampener or whatever they call it. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad because I would have just made one. And actually, I found this out. All right, let me show you some. Hopefully you can understand this. So, say this is where I wanted to put my dampener, right? You just get these, you make these 2 little, you put your, I'm not going to be able to explain it to you guys without actually showing you. All right, so instead of having to drill a hole through this for the thing to go through, right? There's, you cut a tuna can lid. Well, you take that lid and you poke 2 holes. Not 2 holes, but make 2 slits. I can't explain it. I'm gonna make it one day and do it in a video, and you guys will understand because it's even too hard for me to explain for you to kind of grasp it. But it's cool though, and it works. hear a woodpecker somewhere. I just I can't seem to find it. You guys hear that knocking? But, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a video about this new Vevor wood stove that I got. And apparently they make paintbrushes, they make tents, they make all kinds of stuff. So maybe you guys should go check them out. And yeah, until next time.